Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Pinnacle Winter Series 3. We're here with the, with the beginning of the tournament still. Is the, first round we have here and final game for the day. This next, I'll be taking you guys through this one. Well. It's a match to end the day. Enterprise versus Easy Brugge. And we'll get to find out what these two teams are going to be capable of as of today, or, as of right now. Obviously, both these teams, they've had their they've had some decent results, some not so great, but overall, got to be fairly okay when it comes to a matchup against each other. Here on the Enterprise side, we get to see the lineup as well. Just recently now adding Multi to their lineup. As of officially, he's the, odd man out, if you will. The others being Slovakian, Czech, or Romanian. Well, why not add a Finnish man as well? So, the lineup for them is going to be that, and, well, obviously, for the opposition as well, you got to find out who Easy Brugge is going to be fielding for their roster, and, well, similarly to their opposition, they also have a new addition to their roster, that being Gringo. Only been in the team for about a month now so far. And we'll get to find out what exactly he's able to do. Because, I mean, this team, they've had their ups and downs when it comes to finding that permanent fifth or whoever it is that they're going to be playing with. Gringo could be one. I mean, he's been here for the month, yes, sure. Maybe a bit more as well. And, we'll get to see if he's got to be here for a while longer or not. But obviously, we got to find out the veto as well. The maps we are going to be playing, and those begin with the Bands and Ancient as the first one. And followed up by a bit of Inferno. Okay. Doesn't make quite a bit of sense, but for Easy Brugge, there's a slightly smaller scale to look at of the maps they are capable of playing. As Enterprise, they have a bit more maps played overall. Mirage as well as the decider makes sense when Enterprise you get to decide. That's one of the maps that Easy Brugge haven't really shown us too much on what they're or how much they're able to play it. And well, the only result they have the past few months is a 16-11 loss against Into the Breach. So for Enterprise, a no-brainer really to pick that one in the end. As for Ancient as well for Easy Brugge, that is a slight punish pick it away, where Enterprise, they've played it a lot, yes. They've played it 12 times the past few months. But when it comes to their results, they've only won, what, about 3-4 of them? Not really the results you're hoping to have on that map. But we'll get to find out if Easy Brugge is able to do something about it this time as well. Their own results as well. 1 out of 3 maps won on that one. Again, not the greatest, but well, they haven't really had that many games played as of recent, so you can't say that, okay, these results are going to tell us exactly how things are going to go. Their last match was around halfway January, so it has been a while since they've had their previous match on that as well. They've had a time to evolve, they've had a time to keep practicing that map. And well, same basically for Enterprise as well, but Inferno asked a second as well, talking about that real quick. It is interesting. It is interesting. Because Easy Brugge as well, you don't really know what they're going to do. They played it twice. Neither have been wins. Again, that was at either the start of the year or right at the back end of the last one still. So you don't really know what you're going to get from them. What you do know is that Enterprise, it is their most played maps. Or the most played map they have, bar Overpass, which was banned first. That's the, the only map that Easy Brugge don't really play, but Inferno, that's the fallback for them. The past few matches, they've been really close, or they'd have had a loss as well against Eternal Fire just about 2 weeks ago, a bit less than that. But before that, 16-13, 16-3, and a triple overtime loss against Savage. 23-25 as well. One of those, one of the long games we've had here. One of many. But overall, Inferno should be a-okay for them, but the big question mark in the entire matchup is going to be Easy Brugge and seeing what they are going to be able to do. The pistol begins, though. So, no more time to guess on how things are going to go. We'll just have to find out as the game continues to evolve. And it does begin already. Fast pistol from middle. Started to try to get into donut, but Mangus might have spotted the first man jumping across at least. Off of this one, there you go. Starting things off with the CT side. First man has been tapped away, and now looking for second as well. They've got that added to third, fourth. This is a near clean swipe. Off at the last man, who has managed to done a bit of damage, but apparently the bit is only the one. So, just like that, the game has begun, and it is Enterprise who do start things off on the right foot here. So, let's find out exactly what things are going to be looking like here. There's a force spike from the T side as well. No big surprise. It is a bit of a 50-50 on if teams really do want to force in the second round or not, but a map like this does offer the chances to do so, but the CT side are welcoming the fight with open arms. However, ammunition about to run out from Mattis as well, and, well, giving Richie the chance now to walk in towards the site. One kill, but the bomb still slightly behind, but speaking of behind, Miltzy's right there as well. Could stop the bomb plant if he's fast enough, but maybe not, though. Bomb's down, and now it's Steve-O's 1 vs 2. And around the pillar, here's the first, and immediately as well. The new addition does well for Enterprise to close out the round. And just like that, Enterprise 2-0 lead. The bomb does go down, so that means now that the T side, okay, yeah, bit off with the money, but apparently they're not going to be really, well, too scared or too fearful of the opposition either way. They've got rifles coming out. A few Galils are as well, are the rifles and an AK, but definitely enough here. Just have to make use of them in the right way. We'll find out, though. What Enterprise do you want to do? A lot of the early game is just trying to set pace here. Trying to, well, set the building blocks for what you want to do later on in the half, perhaps, Ben. We'll find out if that's going to be similar here as well. Because right now, the T-side, they're not fully trying to take control here. Granted, there was a bit of utility that was slowing them down there as well, so they couldn't really go in. But that has begun to fade. Still, though, very slow towards the B side, just hovering around it. No one making a move here. Oh, Easy Bruce, I think this might be a one-man execution from Notice. I know, apparently no, it's 2. Here comes all of the util. Here's one counter smoke as well to try and slow and to separate the C or T side players, while Mattis now all alone, isolated in a fight, but there's no pincer. He's all alone here as well, but he's got to try to let the M4 loose. There's a team kill. But it does go down as well, so 4 vs 4. The moment's been planted. CT's on for the retake as well, close by. Steve-O's through the smoke. Flashbang ineffective. Out of the CT side, they get to go in for the retake a bit closer already as well here with the Molotovs. 2 players low on HP as well. Maddie needs to nail the shot here with the M4, needs to find the perfect spray, and the day begins, but the ammunition not enough. Now above the smoke, no! Not allowed to. Blitz takes all 3 apparently through smokes. He doesn't even need to see them. Sixth sense is tingling, he's got him. And Enterprise continue the CT start. Nope. Let's find out. Again. We do continue into round number 4. T-side with the bomb planted are able to go for yet another buy as well. However, the big issue here, the lack of utility into the smokes they already have been used, so at the moment, basically begging they can get some sort of entry into these rounds. Or into this round, specifically. The bomb is the minimum they would need, and accompanied with the loss bonus they've got, or they are going to have here, would guarantee another buy. With, well, maybe a few more smokes than this one, but let's see, though. Looking like a full-on contact play in the jumps, but it is still there. Gringo needs to nail them, but apparently has been spotted by Mangus. Just like this, that T-side are gonna be locked out, but Mangus going down, and now his teammate has to try and nail a few of them, but they're alive, and unfortunately not able to. At a T-side to take over. It's Brugge, 4 versus 3, but a quick retake on from the CT. Steve O's, though, good on the bomb side. Here's the second, presenting Mattis down. And Blitz, savior of the last round of the 1 versus 3, begins with the first. Looking for the flank, and no one there just yet, but currently locked down. No kid on him, but there is 1 or 2 that can be picked up close by, and there's the first already. Oh, it's gone straight past it. Oh, it hasn't picked it up, though. And a swing comes through. There's the first, and here's Maddie as well. Unnoticed. An assistance from his teammate. Able to secure that first. And just like that, we move on to round number 5. I said at the minimum the T-side would need is the bomb plant. And well, right now they got a bit more than that. So, got a great buy from them. CT is not so great. Let's find out though. And something like this is gonna turn out. Because on the CT side, it's not really uncommon to go for a, well, an aggressive play down towards the B site, but at the moment, Enterprise are not trying to do that. Instead, take it slow. Make sure nothing is going to slip past them. Just play the basic Counter-Strike, essentially. See how that works, and maybe change things up with the following gun rounds if it doesn't. Obviously, Brugge is gonna keep on playing a similar type of play here, but so far the B approach as well is going to be slightly different from their previous one. This time they've got the 2 plays towards cave. Now I've got to try and make use of that pincer maneuver, but besides that, we're going to find out how this execute does work out. It's east side, they've got their smokes, the utility is headed towards the B side, but one of them is a fail, so just like that, they call it off. Early information is going to be gained by, I believe that's Mattis as well, but on the A side now need the AWP to try and nail a few of them, but Multi's missing the first. Chances are presented, there's a second. We'll take that, but notice, and Richie 1 apiece. Suddenly a chance, and just next, there's a notice with the first, and the bomb's going down as well, but here's Mattis in from the back as well. The Deagle, his weapon of choice. 2 more to find, but notice, if you only knew the weapon, it could swing here early on, but an AK picked up makes things a lot easier for him, but his teammates, he's not going for it. And Mattis as well, smartly so now, just back it away. Had he been given a kill, sure he had, or must have gone for it, but no, apparently it's a timeout. His teammate disconnected us, so instead he's gone for the weapon. Bit unfortunate considering the scenario, 2 versus 2. Definitely doable, but not today, unfortunately. No success going to be found from that for the CTs, besides that 1 saved weapon. And well, as expected, take time out of trying to get the... Well, one of the CTs are back on the server as fast as possible, so hopefully it's nothing too big. Hopefully Blitz can find himself back in just a moment or 2. Hopefully it's just Counter-Strike being Counter-Strike and not the internet. But things are going to take their sweet time apparently, so let us just sit and wait apparently. So there's not really nothing else that we can really do in a position like this. So far as well, we're so early on in the game, we can't really talk about how it's going on so far, what's been happening. Or more like any points that have come up multiple times, but, well, at least something that is already slightly new is the, well, more or less seemed like an impromptu B fake there from the T side in the previous one. The thing I mentioned a while ago, a few rounds ago, was the pincher maneuver they didn't have in their previous B take, but this time they do. Didn't really work out with the second smoke missing. So, at least for the 2 rounds that we are getting here, you see Brugge that they are showing us that they're not just doing the one thing here that works for them, but the question is more or less that when they are going to be stopped, how they got to try and adapt, and what are they got to try and change. Either way, though, those are questions for the future. Right now, we're living in the present, where the CT side, they've got nothing but pistols and the one saved AK on Mattis. Bit dangerous, but we'll find out how a stack like this is going to work. Especially if the T-side decided to throw in a nade, that could be major damage that, well, might as well stop the T-side from doing whatever they want to. Have it. First smoke. CTs. Not gonna try and get creative around that. Sometimes you might as well do something to see if you can get a gap around it, but not today. But the one smoke does give the CTs an idea here. And apparently it is the right one as well. Yeah, they've left the AK on the B side at least, but a fast flank, maybe take another weapon, maybe have someone else collect those rifles as well, but at the moment, a CT split is coming through, and let's find out how this is going to work out. 1 or 2 kills maybe for the CTs, but any more than that is the question. That's 2 already. We'll slow down to that, but the Alive is already here as well with the USP dusting. And here's the AK as well around the corner. Catches the first and a second! That is suddenly a whole lot of issues there for the T side here. Notice 15 seconds, that nade is going to go in as well and do a whole lot of damage. Stick that plant as well, but now knows he's around the boxes. Mattis looks around, though not realizing where it's at. Doesn't hear the bomb. Looks the completely wrong way. CT's, though, nearly taking that away with nothing but a single rifle. Great stuff, nonetheless, from them. Alright, the 7 begins. CT's no up on them. T side, they've got one on Steve-O's. And just like that, an opening found as well. Okay, apparently. Feeling easy. Great flashbang there. Great assistance, but it's not enough, no. Just like that. The bomb goes down to the CTs. They all gotta be forced to just walk away. CTs hoping to save the last 2 weapons at least. Can they do so, though? That's going to be a whole different question. Oh. There's flames and, well, oh, apparently one more player going down to the CT side, another rifle removed. Yeah, though, the big issue is right now, The T side having a strong start like this might mean issues here for Enterprise if they don't pick up the slack soon. I mentioned one of the few things that the CT side quite often decide to do on the map is the aggressive B stance, right? That's something that I've seen more and more as of recently. Apparently, that's not happening in this round, at least. You would think maybe on pistols they might want to do that, but nope. No, with the Mach 10 having snuck through it, Milsey will respond with this deagle. Remove that pressure away as well, but... Now though, let's see the CTs. They've got pistols on the site. They need these plays to pop off, but with the first as well, having about a second. Doing the damage here is Milsey again with the M4 having been picked up. Matty all alone. Oh, as well caught. Great stuff from the young gun here. The newest edition. Enterprise, they didn't get their, they didn't manage to get the redemption they needed a few rounds ago, so why not do it this time? Only pistols they had, but the Deagles they popped off, and then the M4 as well in the end. They've tied things up here. In a bit of a surprising twist. CT side. Nothing but pistols, so one eco, then the guns are out, but let's see if they're gonna be as hard hitting or as hard hitting as Enterprise on these pistols here, though. I like this. Bit of aggression, trying to bait them into this as well. They spotted Blitz, so they know he's fallen back to the other side as well, but Mattis, all he has to do is just wait there. That is if Blitz doesn't take all of them with him. Oh, no, both taking an aggressive stance. I like this. A lot of confidence here. Next man is Steve O's going down and notice he doesn't really last too much longer either, apparently. Feeding 4 to the one man here. Oh, Richie. Great stuff. Looking for the ace though, Blitz. Haven't caught the dink. Oh, baited out the offshot as well with the knife. Oh, taken away. No, that's BM. That's just BM, man. Alright, though. Great stuff from Blitz either way. He was against pistols. So, nothing too insane as of yet, but Enterprise at least now getting themselves the chance to get the first half back on track to the position we would more expect, but it is quite difficult to exactly guess how these sorts of games are going to go. When looking at this as well, a full-on B-rush with nothing working out. Milty all alone defending 4 kills for the man. Looking for the ace. Last round we nearly had one, but this time we do. It's the util that gets, what, 3 kills, USP and all. God damn. He's showing now why he decided to, or why he's been picked up to this roster. Starting off the map with 14 and 6 and with an ace in the last round. That's the way to put Easy Brugge back at the pistols there. Yeah, 6-4 T-side. Last time with the pistols, didn't really get much of a chance. And same thing again, I like to see this out of towards B here. I mean, it is going to be highlighted somewhat due to the fact how Easy Brugge is playing this with not really a full-out or full-on type of approach towards the B side cave. But I still like it either way. The two players playing in tandem. Confidence in their aim that they can take those sort of challenges and those fights, but well, say it were against Rifle and the T-side do get the first kill, then it might seem a bit foolish. I don't know, we'll find out though. However, one thing I gotta mention, Gringo's still got -1 kill. He's had that since I believe the 2nd or 3rd round. He's not starting off well, I gotta say. Snow currently going, well, minus KD. Not the greatest, but gotta be changed at some point, but not today apparently, not this round. Steve-O, so good stuff. 2 kills in mid, opens up the avenue. But a quick rotation from Mangus. But not gonna try and stick around apparently. Blitz though, this is somewhat what I mentioned as well, but at this position or position of the round as well, you kind of have to do something. When about half of the time has been taken away, you gotta do something to take back that control, but not able to get that second, unfortunately, so decided now have an access, or have open access towards the B side just like this. And I think the CTs might just be happy to save. Looking at the HP, Mattis had to be on full, probably would have gone for it, but instead they're gonna try and play it safe. Easy Brugge are gonna get themselves 5. Just like that, with the bomb going up in flames, we enter what is the next round here again. Get to find more and more of how this is going to turn out. Steve again, looking for the entry. Oh, quite the shot apparently. Wanted to make sure there was nothing on the other side, or if there was, there'd be an opportunity, but instead decapitated mostly. A few rounds now he's suffered his, well, defeat in mid. This as well now for the T side, not really going as well as they would have hoped, unfortunately. With one man up against it all, notice taps on the first. Well, 2 more players in Donut is going to be quite the task to get past. Smoke down. Hope for the duel. Ammo is now there, but he has to try and figure out how to plant the bomb here. For that, though, still looking for the first. I like this around the smokes, the alive. Oh, I think he might have spotted him, but the bomb is going to be planted. That's not going to be an issue. That smoke fading, though. Might have been, had it not been for the spam. Ended with or from 7 turning to 8. Enterprise all gonna get themselves another. I'm still waiting for Gringo to show up here. Simply put, not doing too well here. Into round of 14. At least in this point, we've got an Enterprise to a point where we are more or less expecting from Ancient. As a CT set at mount, you know, you can't expect like 10-5, maybe 9-6 halves, mostly. At least that being the norm. Have a chance to do exactly that here. But there's also the chance things go kind of sour for them. But right now, with Mangus getting the first kill on the op, it does start things off the right way for them. But Easy Bruges not going to try to rush in just yet. Here's their util to try to force them into a fight, and Richie will decapitate on the first opportunity. Presented another with multi-zorb. Great stuff, they're spotting it. As more and more is joining in. Unfortunately, Mangus down next at a 3-on-3 with one planted CTs. No real avenue in just yet. And Blitz, he's going very, very slow in the backline as well here. Evo, so good flashbang will allow for the chance, and now the AWP in a lot of trouble. Dire position. 5-7 to pull down next. Here's the flank, here's the first, and now one more. Richie. Gotta survive, he's gotta be that communication. He was here in the beginning. The one to kill there, multi-diffusing. He's behind it, can't really do anything about it. Molotov is there, but it's not enough. It's not good enough, and no, he's defused coming through. Enterprise take another round, apparently, now. Blitz, with how slow he was, it did give him a chance. Just like this now. Into round number 15, looking for the 10 on the CT side. My God, will take one. Stevo's many times he's had it down mid control, but this time fully denied. Smoking the ball to try to escape, and will be able to do so. T side as well, slightly slowed down because of that smoke. But the CTs, they've been activated because of that set of smoke. Going for the duels, Multi missing a few shots, but now his teammate's chance to do something about it. Here's a flash as well to assist from one more. Blitz apparently from nowhere able to throw that, and Multi with him now down gives him a chance to decide to look at this though. Another kill found, however, they're alive. He's still here. It doesn't matter if Blitz is going down because they've got the rotates. 10-5. Now though, 10-5 the first half. Again, this is Easy Bruges map pick. And with the CT side starting, you're expecting a lot more, or a lot better from them. Let's see though. Let's see exactly how this is going to turn out. Gringo apparently has +1 on the kill feed now. Well, Richie, apparently he's got +2. Able to tap away, and the T side slowed it down, and now they've got the crossfire set up as well for this. They know these players close by, but Richie still from far away. Support comes in, and they're alive at a 1 versus 4. It's not doable. Easy Bruges take on the pistol. Now to continue, round of 17 up next, T side. Unlike Easy Bruges, Enterprise are going to be going for a full-on stave here. Yeah, makes sense. You lose this, you get 2400, you've got 2k in the bank, average. Everyone's able to buy an AK and smoke, a few flashbangs or a Molotov depending. Enterprise though, currently making a great call on how to approach and where to do so. Now flung apparently though. Coming around to support his teammate, notice he needs to tap these heads down, and well, Let's go to first. This team out with the second, but no, here's the support. It doesn't matter if Milsey gets a few, needs a lot more than just that one. And damage, yes, but not enough, so CTs begin to climb back into this 10-7, looking for 8 now, but, well, Enterprise, they've got their weapons out. And here's the test. I mentioned at the pregame as well. Enterprise, they've got quite a few maps played on this, yes. Their success not so great. They've won 4 out of 12 in the past few months, while for Easy Brews, they've won 1 out of 3 in the past few months, but that as well, their last match was a month and a half ago. You don't really know what they've been doing since then. So, could be very much a coin flip, but could just be on who's better on the day as well. It's a lot of these sorts of things that we have to consider here while we don't have that much of a sample pool for both these teams. Or at least one of them. Not only that, but both these teams having recently added 1 new player. Gringo for the side of EC Bruges and Mulzi for the side of Enterprise. Been playing them for a few weeks, but now officially, so to say, he's been there for, well, I believe, less than a week. Gringo as well, someone who has slightly activated now in the second half. And now the positives instead of the negatives, at least, let's put it that way. Well, out towards the B site. In the meantime, Mangus, he's the one man who could have pincered this, while Matic does take that first bomb. Cannot be stopped. Instead, the spray goes through and a Blitz walks in. Had a bomb planted, but looking at this, though, Mulzi. He's got to try and make a play here. The smoke fades and tagging up Steve O's. Now close by, they know he's here. Has to find a way to get out of here. And there's that first, and now here's the next. And 1-2 spray begins, but its shots aren't there. Pulling out that USP, Steve O's is going to be able to get themselves, or get himself and his team up to 8 now. Continue on Easy Bruges, on to 8. The first gun round has been dodged, however barely. Now to continue from this success, when, well, straight against another gun round. It's a 4-round loss bonus, including the bomb plant for the T side, so of course they have enough, but, well, the utility definitely not there for them. So very much the same as or Easy Bruges in the first half in a round like this. Just contact out B, or A, excuse me. The exact same thing they're doing, but the difference maker is that instead of a rifle, it's gonna be Steve-O's and the big zoom rifle waiting. The first kill found, Molotov's flying through and noticed him a gap created. 1 kill found as well. Now T-side are going to be just thinned apart by this one man alone here. This is a team game in the end of the CTs. They've got 2 unit players on the site. Great stuff, and now 10-9. So for Enterprise, they had a bit of a slow start at the first half. They did manage to even out in the end. Get to 10-5, but you can see how quickly those sorts of halves do just, well, dwindle away. You've got a few round rounds. 10-5, 11-4, basically the same thing. With the pistol, you win 2 gun rounds and you're back in the game in both scenarios. And 10-5, it's even way more apparent in how that is. This is, well, by the way, this is something I did want to mention in the first half and did a few times, where CTs, they kind of go for the fights towards the lower side there. or towards the ramp, or towards the entrance of B. I didn't get to see that from Enterprise, but Easy Bruges apparently they are a team that will do that every now and then. The biggest risk involved was the fact that they were up against pistols here. And they have lost a few players, so there's another weapon for Mangus to as well collect if he wants to, but at the moment, very content on just holding these angles. Oh, Matty. All alone. Waits for his own chance here. Here's that smoke. T-Tide basically got to walk out of there, but... Oh. It's surprisingly slow. Oh my god, look at that tactical nuke coming in. Forced off the bomb plant with a nade. Denying even that is quite the something. 10 to 10. Things have been tied up just like that. At a 10-5, 11-4, effectively as well. Both halves can be caught up to very quickly, just like this. No, with a timeout, that comes to an end. T-side, a bit surprisingly, not gonna opt for an AWP. Instead, they want all the utility and a bit more than that as well, apparently. Oh, might just be a bit of preference there. Preference at the moment, but... Oh, for now, the Live is gonna try to do something here in mid, but... God, both burning the Molotov, him and Mangus alike. And just like this, T-sided 3 versus 5. Not what they were hoping for, but it's the cards they have been dealt, and Gringo will take another. Well, it's in Mattis. They don't even know what happened to the teammates. It's been 30 seconds of the round, for Christ's sake. They're left at 2 versus 5. They've done a bit of damage, but that's not really much consolation, is it? We're going 12. Has to nail the first opportunity, and there it is. A dink as well. The second, not bad. Not bad at all. And just like this, the casualties are going to be limited to just 1. And Easy Bruges, 6 clean rounds on the CT side to take the lead. And we enter now a fairly dominant second half. Just waiting for Enterprise to try and break out of this. The experience they have on the map from playing this, it should come through right about now. Preferably would have been a few rounds ago, but... Well, they're gonna realize that their backs are against the wall here. Kind of a blink and you miss. Tactical timeout. Yes, I believe they did use the 1 so far. On the second half as well, but... Well, they gotta do more than that, simply put. Take another one, I don't really care. Something that has to change, even if it's 1 round, even if it's the fluke. Mattis, though. 2 quick kills, gives them a chance, not a third, though. Damage taken, there's Multi will swipe in for the third. And just like that, the B-side taken over. And use that util going in as well, just like that. Bish bash bosh, easy as that, but the bomb is not planted just yet, though, a bit surprisingly. And Stevus as well has the gap in the back, but a quick shot from the Desert Eagle. Beautiful. And the last man is 1 versus 3. That's got to be noticed. Who will reduce the numbers down to 2 now on the opposition. Notice. Looking for the second, but unfortunately not today. No clutches, and I mentioned. Of course they deliver. It doesn't matter if it's a fluke or not. Enterprise, they gotta get around it. And they finally break the streak of the CTs as well. Great stuff. Now just gotta do that same thing on gun rounds, and potentially a few more times. Nope. Get to a point where you have that or money in the bank account. Well, let's see though. Good stuff. Notice spraying through the smoke and a lot more damage done as well. Oh, it still continues. That's another. Just like that. Mathis close by in the mid, but notice has an idea, potential guess that one could it be here. He's got to collect a third. Oh, and again, Enterprise. It is mid that is their downfall. The last time it was down to utility that they got shafted by, but now it's just one man's M4. Blitz and Milsey. And not really too great of a position to be, and that last run, it was a fluke, yes. They needed to get something, and this was the chance to do so. That seems like Easy Bruges, they're not going to let too many of those sorts of rounds slip away here. And this is well Enterprise. How did they win this round, by the way? If they still can in any way, would wipe out the economy of the CTs completely down to nothing. So you pray that these guys are able to do something, but with the bomb dropped, that is now a Hail Mary. Notice looking for the ace, and we'll find it as well. We had one from Milton in the first half, and now it's Notice's chance. Starting things off with 2 kills through the smoke, and then just waiting around mid, moving around. All players fed to him. 12 straight back there for the side of the CTs. And now, again, the economy is an issue, but unfortunately it's for the side of Enterprise, and not what you want to see if you're here as a fan of them. Not if you have, I'll put your money on them, for example. Check out Pinnacle, by the way. Winter22 is the code when you do sign up for a bit of a bonus, if you want to check that out, if you're interested. Steve-O's, though, definitely got a bit of interest on the B side as well, though. With 1 kill found just like that, we'll start things off the right way. Already putting a bit of a spanner in the works there for the side of Enterprise. Slow down from the get-go, and now somehow find a way back. The MP9 going down would be the perfect start, and there it is. More to go, though. There's 1 out of 5 players down. The next man could be Matty as he's looking to play around the smoke, but doesn't catch him. I think we might have seen just the leg pass, but client side of smoke's not the same for Matty. Those do have a bit of a difference. Notice though, apparently he's got a second up here, going completely unnoticed until now. And looking at this as well, I like this. Just falling back to a different angle. Handed that first, and now he's here to lock down the fact that no one can go towards B unless they go for that smoke, or same thing would be the case if they wanted to wrap towards A, but I think there's more of an impromptu attack and a blitz with him down now. Leaves things on Mangas and Miltsy. Continue fighting for a round for survival, essentially, here. 1 round at a time. The CT smoke here, it is the one thing that's saving Miltsy at the moment. Good Molotov, but he's down just like this. The round's done as well. This sectioned the bomb site, basically. 1 Molotov force him out. You hear the steps as well. You know, okay, just wait, give that information. And at the same time, you've got 1 more man coming from Cave, clearing out that position. And Easy Bruce, just make that look easy. And it really was. A round of 25 will begin. The bomb plan, again, will save Enterprise with this round. Or take save with a grain of salt in this scenario. Just means they've got a bit more utility than otherwise said. Well, for this as well. Apparently, it starts with Easy Bruce taking a lot of control towards mid and very quickly giving that up, though there was a response attempt. It ends just the attempt, just like that, so... 4 versus 5, T side and out, take control of cave. There's no one here. Taking this sweet time out of the moment. Bomb as well needs to be collected for the Enterprise side. But the attack towards B is coming. That's what we know here. With the all-seeing eyes from the mini-map, from the observer's point of view as well. Get to know Enterprise don't really have any intention of backing away at the moment, at least. But this one is going to be tough here. They've got a crossfire with 2 plays here. Not only that, but they've got 1 man on the other side as well here. And just like that, Richie will capitalize, but it's only 1 they get in. Oh, for the price of 3, that's not a good deal. The Alive takes another. Notice and Maddie. 2 vs 3 with a quick flag. Not expecting that's the first. I'm looking for the second and not ready again. Simply not expecting 1 man to be that close in it. Notice he's struggling with the all passengers to run away. Easy Bruges, they are going to forfeit another round there. It seemed like they had the bomb site on lockdown, but no. Enterprise, from their point of view, that was the basic thing to do. 1 man to make that crossfire completely useless. And then they just checked the angles one at a time. They were given them. 12 to 13 Enterprise, another found. For them, still not out of the doghouse, so to say. The money is a huge issue either way. But, well, I say the money is an issue for Enterprise. Take a look at Easy Bruges at the meantime. They lose this round, Enterprise more than likely are going to get 14. Now, though, doesn't start the way they were hoping for. Mid control died there. But in the meantime, well, Stevos was forced back from mid as well. Well, this is different here. But Mattis seems like he's ready. They know the sort of setup. They know the idea that they have. There's that first and continue for the second. Very quickly take them down. I mentioned the issue here for Easy Bruce. If they lose this, money is going to be down to 0. They lose this 1 man here. That would have to be an immediate save call. Surely there's no way they want to go for this. It's 2 weapons, but it's better than nothing. And yeah, both are backing away. Enterprise, at this point, send 1 man to hunt. Why not? And just like that, yeah. The game's been tied up again. It is usually at a position like this where you do get to see a bit of a resurgence here from the team that, you know, kind of has slowed down in a way. In this scenario, it is going to be Enterprise to show us a bit of a new life in their camp, but I like this. Timeout from Easy Bruges as well. Make sure they are going to be completely sure in what they want to do. Make sure there's no questions left unanswered. Basically maximize the possibility of winning a round like this, even if it is very limited, very well, improbable. But 2 rifles, one of them is an AWP. Round 27 is going to get underway, and just like this, Enterprise. They are going to try and build an economy of their own while stripping away everything that aTTaX have in this. Oh, Matty, don't do this! No, not today. T side. Yeah, going to take over the A site fairly easily, apparently, but one man in mid is going to do a bit of damage, but that's only a bit, and Steve O's, before he even knows it, is the last man surviving. Question is if the T-side do want to hunt him down here, because they should realize he saved last round, he saved this one as well, or at least that's what it seems like that he is. Probably does have something valuable, whether it is the AWP or an M4. Either way, Enterprise this time they are going to try and hunt him down, and you can see as well a few players who are going to try and do that on the other side of Miltsy and Mattis. Neither of which apparently looking the right way at the moment. So the AWP is going to survive yet another round in his hands of Steveos, and just like that we move on to 14-13 Enterprise. The Resurgence now a real comeback from them. Is it started to give us a bit more of a show than it was looking like at the start of the second half, but all the better for a game of Counter-Strike. Yeah, we should have a lot of excitement. This one hasn't really been too short of it. We've had 2 aces. We've had a Miltsy in the first half with this, well, fantastic AWP on, or AWP, USP, and nade, multiple all the shenanigans on the B side. While this side, though, on the A side, we've got a lot of action. Nade will take down Notice, and Steve O's to try to run away with his AWP. Need to survive for a bit longer. That smoke is going to make him completely useless for the time being as well here. Mangas, though, is going to be checked, and yeah, he will. Ringo, he as well started the game with -1 and 12. Finally has to get himself back up from that and into the pedestal and into the game here. 2-on-3 here. T-side, I'm going to try and punt that bomb, but at 1 versus 2 now. It's going to be just one man at it alive. Trying to bait him out, but no util on both players. They've got it all holding the angle. It's easy enough. 14-14. You see Brugge, thanks to Gringo, taking control of mid, making sure he's not the one who's caught out there, saving the round. Make the rotations that much more easy. And the round win itself goes to easy Brugge. 14-14, so we do know we are going to full 30 round. Still a chance we might see overtime, but at the moment, we'll find out. Both teams' economy fairly low, Enterprise a bit more to work with. Let's see, though, how something like this is gonna continue to evolve. A lot of damage from utility, and that's one Molotov burning down bullets. Not what you want to see there from them, unfortunately, but... Oh, look, this has been a while. They've done this twice now. Once on this side and once on the other. The push is there, but they're alive. Realizing that's more likely than not, will be holding it towards that area, but make sure no one's close by. CTs in the meantime. I'm gonna try and get things going here in mid as well with Miltsy. Him now looking to bring it back from 3 versus 5. The deficit is clear here. And if he's not careful, he's got the next man to go down. Has to watch for the angle, but oh no, a missed shot though. That means now that Steve has got to be trapped here. Only for the time being, though. Apparently he's got to be walking away, completely leave that area back in the hands of the CTs. Here's the real attack. 35 seconds left at a 3 versus 5. Alive. Grist up. First man nearly taken down. Nader trying to chase him as well, but nope, not today. Not fair at CT side. They are going to try and slow down the bomb plant yet again. There's slow time, so they can potentially just run it through towards the site and drop the bomb. That could be enough, and it might just be 10 seconds. And CT's position they've got here is going to be enough to win the round. One man sneaking through. Maddie saves them. 15 to EC Brugge. And if we move on, continue. Yet another round. One more here. On Easy Bruges, they gotta take a time out here. Make sure they can close things out. Make sure they avoid all the extra steps they would otherwise have to take in overtime. This as well now gives Enterprise a chance to collect their thoughts one final time. Well, they are going to try and now compete for overtime, Easy Bruges. Seeing if they can deny. It's all down to this one round here. This is well a reminder for those of you unaware. Looking at the top right, it shows whose map pick this was, and it is Easy Bruges' map pick. So far, CT side has been the more dominant for both these teams. And now round up 30 begins. Multi. A few times he was the victim on the other side of the first half in this duel, but not today, though. There's nowhere close by enough to go for the challenge. I'd say that was Steve O's, apparently. Doing what he does, just pushing down mid. The real slow approach here from Enterprise. That smoke as well, it's going to slow them down. Slow and steady wins the race is the saying, but at the moment, Enterprise, they've got no real shot at it. CT side as well, seeming like they might have read the setup as well here. But I said that some rounds ago, that was the first round of T set did get here. Well, let's not take anything away from them, I say that, but of course Richie takes something away. 2 kills and the bomb dropped here. Looking for a third, but Blitz will remove him. They know there's another one, but it doesn't matter. Another kill found, and there's a third. Suddenly, an avenue to rotate towards A has been opened up here if they so wish to. One matter to try and sell the fake as well. It's got to be Mangus, but he's going down, and Notice sticks... Or Notice on the A side when Maddie sticks on the B. One of these kills, and it could have been enough here to give the advantage to Milsi. With the AWP looking for the challenge, but I mean, a shot here not connecting enough. Bomb slowed down just ever so slightly. There's that nade, but it's not in time. First man removed, and it's down to this one man, Milsi. 17 years old of age, but not enough, no. Give it a lot to do, but one of us is doing a flashbang in his face. Defuse is there. 16-14 at the first map. Easy Bruges, all gonna take the map pick. And just like that, we are gonna be left wondering now, what sort of a second map are we gonna have? A lot of question marks were raised at the start of this on what sort of a game is Easy Bruges gonna show us. So far, it's A-okay. It's not great, it's not amazing, but it will pass the first test. Second up is going to be Inferno, though. That's the map pick of Enterprise. We'll see if they can close things out at a 2-0, or will we go to a third? Stick around to find out. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin our second map with the best of three, we're left with Inferno and the traces of the last map. A 16-14 win. You see Brugge did take the map pick, and now we are going to get to find out how map 2 Inferno is going to go. Again, my name is Nexus, and I'm still going to be here to try and bless your ears for this one map. Maybe two. We'll get to find out. As Enterprise, you would imagine they're at least a bit more comfortable on this map, but... well, easy Brugge. Overall, they are a question mark for a reason. We don't really know what they've been up to that much. Inferno, a map they haven't really played that much either. So, not really one that is going to tell us much just from the stats of it all, but the first pistol kills are going to be the ones that the CTs get. 2, 3, looking for 4 as well, but ammo runs out. Notice removed. Here comes the next two. But the big issue here is going to be the bomb dropped overall. And Gringo as well, him holding the angle. Richie hoping he's going to stay alive long enough. And then, of course, Steve-O's here as well. Essentially a... ooh. No scrap type of policy. But still a chance. Okay, T-side Mutsi. Suddenly pops her heads off 2, and just like this, the game's been brought back around. It's back on from a 2 versus 4 to now down to 1 meta 22 HP. The headshots need to be on point, but they're not. Okay, Enterprise, what a way. That is one a hell of a pistol win there. Multi as well. Those 2 kills on Mangus as well with the 3 to there to try and save them. Not bad at all. Apparently, once more, we have a bit of a technical issue here with Blitz, but this time he's back. Doesn't really take too long, so back into this. Round number 2. Technical pause comes to an end, and CTs. This is not really surprising. I would say about 70-80% of the time, the CTs will go for the force by the second round, given they lose the pistol. This time, no difference either. 2 nades, 1 scout, and the Desert Eagles there. So, essentially, it's called dogpiling. They gotta try and do a lot of damage and hope the scout is able to do either a lot or take the kills and group out with the pistols and the nades they have there to steal away a few weapons. Maybe even get the headshots. That would be good enough for the ESC Brugge at the very moment, but at the moment, the nade's not really going to be doing too much. Like the idea at least, the double nade towards B. Somewhere around halfway throughout the round, but not really enough plays on the other side, and only very minimal damage from those. Yeah, they're taking their sweet time in a round like this, Mangus. Seeing what he's going to be able to do right about now. Smoke for long as well. There you go. That's the scout presenting itself, letting the T-side know there is one on the A site, but all the attention that is happening on the A side apparently looking to be nothing but a fake. Gringo was so much needed from him. Here's his Desert Eagle trying to present the heads as well, but behind the very smoky just tossed into the T-side, now beginning to go through with the flashbang. It had to reload. There's the chance in the opening as well, T-side. Take over Steve-O's with the scout. Might be able to stop the bomb plant if he really wanted to try, but no. Not even an attempt in the CTs. I think at this point it's safe to say they are gonna try and fought for this round and save the weapons they have. There you go. That's one. Although, trying to take any weapons they can away from the T-side, unfortunately, doesn't work out for them. Sure, I mean, yeah, sure, they get rid of one weapon. I believe that was a MAC-10. And if not, they'd at least have switched that out. So Enterprise, second round taken. And just like this, we are moving on with the match. The CTs. Maybe a few nades, P250, Deagle, but should be no more than that in terms of investment from them, and apparently not even that. Okay, yeah, there you go. A few nades, a few flashbangs, and the Desert Eagle essentially is the only thing they've bought here. Easy Brugge. Again, same as last round, hoping to dogpile on these players. And this time there's a bit more, well, force behind the attempt, but doesn't work out too well at all. They've missed the timing. Notice. Didn't even tell us. Didn't even realize one could have walked into boiler. Was just out of timing. But this could actually backstab here. Could work against the T-side if they're not careful. One does assume that there might have been another play in apartments as well on the T-side. Sure, they have to think of that as well, but Blitz. See if he's going to have the idea. There it is, the information. There you go. Let's see if you can catch him on time. The bomb. Oh, in safety, though. Mac that as well. On the other side, going a bit too wide, and there it is. Try to clear the other areas of the map first. Of the site, really, but nothing to be found. Just the bullets, and 3-0 start for Enterprise, and now we get to see this. The first thing out around. CTs. 1 up, that's on Steve O's. No surprise, he's the main cannon of their side as well. Ooh. I like this. A lot of damage taken from nade, or from the nades the CTs did throw, but getting a bit of position here, but oh, watch out for this one at the back then. Chase him down. That's the first. Second, not too far off, but a lot of information there, but Yob's come back around. Another round for Steve O's. There you go. One more in CT. Mangus now going down at Richie. Gets his chance. Enterprise, they had an opening. They were too quick to try to move on with that, and instead they get punished. Easy Brugge. Again, sends Steve-O's out for yet another chance, and there it is. Even if Multi was watching the angle, his teammate a bit too wide, but Steve O's. He is not missing right now. 4 kills for the AWP. Aggressing shots, the only thing he needed to do, apparently. One after another, one by one, they resent themselves, and Easy Brugge, they're on the board. As well, by the way. Skin Baron, every now and then do offer these vouchers up, so if you want it, go ahead and check them out if you're fast enough to type those digits in. Steve-O's. Great stuff here to end the round as well. Of course, that could have been punished had Enterprise played that with a tandem setup back-to-back, essentially, and well, at that point, his damage could have been limited, but not today. He's not expecting it. Here's a quick play towards the B side as well here from T's and CTs alike, but been out of control very quickly, falls to the hands of Enterprise, and just like this, Gringo has been forced to fall back, and Steve O's forced to rotate as well here, just in case of a faster B play. But for Enterprise, this is nothing but a default. They're not going to try and capitalize off of that, where they learned their mistake from the last one. Take their sweet time. The attack is going to be coming towards 8. Here's a flashbang. No one's going to be giving away the sound cues because of that either way, though. But here's another smoke towards long. Bit of a miss, though. Not the one they were hoping for. Well, here's the attack towards 8. You got to watch out for the man in pit, and he's been taken down. Notice, removed his head, chopped off clean at the T side. Just like this, they've taken control. Bomb goes down to CTs. For those of you unaware, do not want to retake this, and there's simple reason. The A side of Inferno, it is really tough to retake. It is far from easy. It's one of the hardest in the site. I'm gonna put it right alongside the set of Dust 2. So many angles you gotta take, and if you don't have the utility, if you don't have the position, really, or at least even manpower, there are very few scenarios that you would go for that. However, at the moment, we do get to see a clean round there for Enterprise, all 5 surviving. As for the CTs, the 3 that do survive will mean that they should have another buy. Steve O's, he's dropped an M4, Gringo as well, he can do the same. Well, Richie doesn't actually even need a drop, but if they want to spread the wealth ever so slightly, they can do so. Technical pause, that should be done with fairly quickly. At least one would hope so, but... Well, previously it was a fairly fast one, but it's, again, unfortunately, he's having some issues at the moment. Not really something you want to see during a game, but... Well, unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do about it, so... Instead, we'll have to wait around here, but... A 4-1 start, that's the one thing we are left with here. Looking at this. CTs, there you go. In the meantime as well, the going back to them, have gone for a fairly good buy. Richie did not go for the or did not have an M4 dropped over, just because they did want to spread the wealth ever so slightly, make sure they've all got the money. Richie is missing a flashbang, but that's not really too much, is it? As a Molotov, but here as well, Inferno. A map that is really interesting when it comes to the CT side of the setups that they do here, and how they want to counter whatever the T side of throw. That's something I always like to see on not just this map, but basically any map. On the CT side, or CT sides, and how they respond to whatever is being presented at the moment. Basically just problem solving, but backwards, right? See what works and then decipher what has worked. That's kind of like the way you're supposed to study in a lot of cases as well. Or I say supposed to, but a lot of people are better at that. It's like you're an expert on one thing and you know how to solve it from scratch, or you just work backwards, and that's a lot easier. We'll sit for those, unaware. Might make things a bit more productive, but I'm going to shut up about that, because right now Blitz is back in the server. And we are going to be getting him back underway. He's got a weapon out. Some chats or chat ticks are happening as well, so I believe that means give it a few seconds and the match should be live. Making sure both teams are ready. Making sure nothing else is happening. There we go. Everything is going steady as it should be. At least for the moment. Hopefully this is going to be the last crash we do have. But round number 6 begins. CTs for easy Brugge. The sooner they get on, the better. Steve was that one round did start things off in a way that, well, you want to see, really. Now I just got to see that a few more times, and preferably from the entire team as well. Obviously, we're not going to see the same round over and over again. That means that we are also going to need to see the B defense. At least at some point, but at the moment, Enterprise very keen on attacking that A site here. Mangus had he decided to swing around, might have caught at least one, but not today. Not going to be doing that instead. There's an attack towards 8. There's a crossfight between the CTs. It's got to be Notice and Mari, who need to nail the defense, and we'll see if they can do so. One flashbang, they're out, and just like this, the crossfire becomes moot. As Notice is down, Mari will throw down Molotov to try and slow them down to the rotate. It's not happening just yet, and Mari down as well. We have ourselves with an Enterprise A site yet again. It is fairly easy how they take these sides, isn't it? And this time as well, it was thanks to a incorrect read there from the CTs, but still, it is quite a quite the position to be in. Because that as well basically goes back to what I said, right? You got to find out how the CTs are going to try and respond to this, and what sort of fix are they going to apply. And we'll get to see that and then work from backwards there. But again, another round finished in the bag for Enterprise at 5-1. Let's find it again. B-side, been out of control, looking to be something they want to do again. And again, not the first time they've done this boost. There's that smoke for the Molotov, and here's the boost. Essentially something they're going to try and do to catch off the CTs if they are going to present themselves, but one thing that we do know, for now at least, is Easy Brugge avoiding those early conflicts towards Banana, but doesn't stop Steve-O's on A, though. Pixel Angle essentially was holding, and that does find the first kill on the B site. Oh, Richie, not what you want to see. Him down. Now opens up the possibility to attack the B side, but uh-oh, look at this. Look at who's patched up the hole with Steve-O's and Diop. There's got to be a real big shock here for Enterprise that they find out there's going to be another man here. Not 2, but 3 that they have to fight in total. The second wave of the utilities coming through. Another Molotov at the east side. You forced him off in these awkward corners and in the open. One man down. They know there's now one more because the util that has been used, that nade, if not the M or AK, is enough. And I said, Easy Brugge, we are going to need to see that CT, a B defense, excuse me, as well, step up, but not today. That was such a well thought out execute there. They throw a few smokes, a few Molotovs, and just like this, or just like that, they did, well, wait for the response, the smoke they heard in the back as well. Just because of that, they threw another Molotov towards New Box. So those little details, the little nuances that you don't really see too often, but at least are real nice. Just like this, we're left with a 6-1 scoreline with Enterprise. Currently barreling through this first half to start things off, but well, we know leads like this can be swept away in a moment if they're not careful. Oh, a bit of a change finally. Get to see the deeper nades. You see Brugge again. They're not competing for Banana. This is just... I mean, sure, you can do it a few times. You can do it as long as it's working, but the problem here is that it's not working. They gotta try and change that up somehow, but one flashbang screws up all their problems, all the plans they had. Richie's down to 8 HP, has to fall back. That nade nearly finished him up as well. See how they are gonna, again, do here. What else is there? T-side again. Still hoping for that sort of an entry, but doesn't seem like the B-side is the only thing that's got to be giving the cold shoulder out at the moment. Oh, Steve, oh, that noise that's got to be made. Mattis knows he waits 15 seconds. Time of the essence. Get a closed line. The AWP, you got to take him down, and just like that, he's not the only one who falls. The entirety of the A side apparently takes the short end of the stick there. That is something from the T side. Down to the wire. If even 102 plays had gone down, who knows how this would have ended, but they make it look effortless, really. They had the double swing towards Library. Not only that, but they have more plays towards the site as well. Everyone going down. Everyone, everywhere they looked, they found another victim, so at the moment, Enterprise, they're looking A-okay here. 7-1. Now, at the end of Ancient as well, I said that Easy Bruce, they were not looking great, they were not looking amazing, and even if they got past that first test, it was their map pick. Now, though, on Inferno, when it comes to maps that we really don't know how much they have played these maps and how much they've practiced or whatnot. As we enter round of 9, what we do know is that Inferno clearly not as good, not as well drilled as Ancient for them, but they've got a few tricks up their sleeve. That includes Matic going deep down mid with the first kills there, but Multi will swing back. Punish that limit to 1. I gotta continue as well from this. Early aggression from the CTs means that more likely than not there should be one less on A. Well, Easy Bruges are gonna be making that sort of a gamble with one or more rotating back here. Steve was deciding whether or not to go A or B. Decides to go towards B, but Util might draw him back any second. And now you can see on the minimap one smoke towards long while the attack on towards A itself is coming through. Three from apartments, there's that Molotov, here's the flashbangs, and dropping down, but the crossfire is not going to be there. Does not even need it, apparently. Notice 2 kills and trying to clean up with a third. Now they should know one more still right around mini pit, but he gets a good flashbang, and Gringo will take 2. And just like that, another round there for the CTs, and about time. CTs though, finally get to see the change we've been hoping for. The banana control, the aggression that all shows. But unfortunately not the results they were hoping for. A 2-for-2 trade, yes, but no control they can't work with here. Enterprise as well, very quick to turn their eyes, the attention back towards A. The side they've been clearly favoring here, but the last round might have been enough to slow them and make them question this again. Instead, they gotta try to let this round play out. Matter in the meantime is gonna be throwing a bit of a fake on the B side, hoping that's gonna be enough to draw a rotation. It will! And in the meantime, a very quick headshot. Notice backs away, but into the crosshair. Just like that, an easy round. Or an easy bomb side, excuse me, not a round just yet. But if the CTs have anything to say about it, they definitely do want to make this a round win. But Steve O's information missed off shot though. Quick on the response though. Look at this, Manga's still alive. All he's got to do is survive here. Make sure that Mangus is not allowed to rotate, excuse me, Mattis. Now it's a bit too late, already on the side, already on short end. Well, he's fighting for this as well, just wants to take the challenge, apparently. He does not care. Easy Bruges, they might get one around here, but it's unfortunately not enough to kickstart any sort of a comeback, at least not yet. Round 11 is up next. And for Easy Bruges, the money. Again, that's going to become a big issue here. Essentially entering a cycle of one eco, then a buy again, and then eco again. Of course, depending on any player saving and how risky they do want to play, but that's essentially the sort of position that they're in at the very moment. For Enterprise, they've got a bit more budgeted player play with. They're going to be Mangus 5k, Blitz 6.5, and Mattis, he's got 11. They're fine on their end. At least for about 2, maybe 3 rounds if we really want to stretch it. Hello. Great stuff out of Banana. Finally, a bit of a challenge. This is one thing that has not been happening. It's very slow, very, well, drawn back, very slow overall. And unfortunately reserved there from the CT side of this time. Well, willingness to play so passive is going to give them that one chance. Want to kill a Molotov, wait for that one. Wait for any sort of a sound cue by the T side. I mean, sure, they know exactly when they're coming. And then throw that Molotov down. There's that smoke. There's the Molotov. But guess who snuck up way too close? That's the alive. He's here. He's already in the side of the CTs. They're now going to be slowly rotating towards that B side. Oh, I say slow, but apparently not. Instead, straight through. Fire flames, everything that is in between as well. One man against the odds. Mangus, before he even knows his teammates have been taken down, and he's the next to fall. Great round there from Easy Bruges. Third round now found out of nothing, really, and a change up on Banana I love to see. Because they've been playing so passive, the team started not expecting a flashbang pop in. They've done that once. That was with a smoke as well onto a Molotov, so there was that 1 second, half a second of time to try and react to that, but not this time. None of that stuff from them, and instead we entering the round with 12. Easy Bruges maybe trying to bring this back. It all begins with a single round. At the moment, they've got 3. But one thing they don't have is those back-to-back rounds. That is got to do a lot for them. Great nades, though. Approach what seems to be, at the moment, just thinking about it themselves here on the Enterprise side, but coming to a decision, the B site might be their victim. Of course, this depends on the defense, depends on Richie and Gringo and what they can do. Again, similar to the last round. Wait for that sort of information, and Richie hope that he can spot them before they can, but there's that smoke, there's the Molotov, and up above the flames, though Richie unleashes the AK for 2 and not, unfortunately, also resulting in his teammates' demise. Gringo without a fight goes down. In the meantime, look at this on A, there's one man catching the rotator. That's going to slow things down quite a bit there from the CT side, making them question how did they go for this. That smoke as well there to lock them out for the time being, but Steve O's, he's not going to be slowed by any means at all, and now they've been trapped in as well. The alive, doesn't matter if he's dead or not here, because they've got a flank, and that should be enough here, because Matty's not going to realize and doesn't even need to. Mangus from Banana he's got to be there to get another one, and again, Easy Bruges, 1 round, but that's all. Still no back-to-back rounds. Even if they are trading ever so slightly, Simply put, not enough. Richie, though. Good stuff with the first two, but his teammate going down without a fight really does impact the end there. Gringo as well. Well, on the first half of Ancient, I believe he had ended it on either 1 or 0 kills in total. He had -1 and 12 for a bit, you know. Had a very slow start, but he did bounce back in the second half. He did have his time on, or in the spotlight on the CT side. Although, unfortunately, well, no one's really having that time on the EC Bruges side. Steve-O's, yeah, I mean, sure, he did have that 4K that did give them the first round, but since then, not much has been happening. And as I've been talking, you can even see the round as it's done. It's 10-3. Enterprise, they're showing us why they decided to pick Inferno and EC Bruges. Right, EC Bruges. Maybe there is now then the... Well, the question, the possibility, the something you gotta think about when it comes to, wonder about this. About their map pool, how deep it really is. Again, they've added Gringo to the roster about a month ago, so it's not like they're gonna be doing quadruple fakes and playing a 5D chess here, but still unfortunate. The team is not really performing at the moment. Hello. It's been a while since we've seen this sort of a pop towards A. There's got to be more straightforward hit instead of from apartment. It's got to be most from short. There's one player here from apartment as well. Notice he's got to playing on the balcony as well, waiting for his chance. Oh, they don't realize it's got to be the chance now for him to do something. They know, they suspect something is up here, but not sure where. There it is, finally catching him. Blitz finds the kill, and just like this, is getting going to 1 versus 3. Unfortunately, same as his teammate, suffers the exact same fate. 11-3. Now, this is a good scoreline. 11-4, I mean... I think a lot of people are very familiar with the Zonix law at this point, right? 11-4 is the most deceptive lead. You win the pistol, you win 2 gun runs, you're back in, right? It's that easy. It's that simple. But 12-3, it doesn't really give you any leeway, really, does it? You lose the pistol, you basically have the force by and hope it works out. Unless you're playing the very long game. Where you're not gonna, well, lose more than 1 gun round and... You know, you can do the math yourself, but... The leeway you're giving yourself with a 13-2 half is, unfortunately very little, but trying to make it a 4-11.5. Matty will take that first. In the meantime, it's got to be chased down here to the east side. They fully clear him as well. Mac 10, or MP9, excuse me, will get 1. But just like this, though, they've got an entry. They've got some sort of a rotation from the CT side, and look at the response as well. Steve-O's, if he goes down, that could sell the fake even more, because the CTs, now they stick around. But the B side is completely open for business. It's free real estate, as they say. This as well, though. Oh, it's going to be caught here. It's not ready for this. That gives the information. CT has now realized we've made an oopsie-whoopsie. We've got to go back to B now. But Enterprise, they don't realize it themselves. It was Richie who had that kill, so should have been a bit of a giveaway. At least 1 play was taken away. But no, not ready. Here's Gringo, and it stops that bomb. Here's the second as well. We do end with an 11-4 half. EC Bruges are able to now continue this this second map, and well, maybe not to the standard they were hoping for when the map began, but at least they can try and do something, right? We'll see, though. It all depends on how they want to perform here. what sort of a T side are they going to have? And maybe Enterprise is going to have a bit of a slower start to their CT side. That could be something that gives them a chance to now get back in. But oh, watch out, CTs. A whole lot of attention. You hear a lot of steps as well. The Alive needs to tap away to one, and now the second, Matt is down. Next to the B side, one man to try and defend here as well now. He's going to be blitzed, but jumping across. There's that bomb jumping that, but instead he's now hit the grave as well. Mangus and Milsey. 2 versus 3. Both of them banana with Steve-O's. He's got to be waiting, and he's not alone. His teammate gets the contact. Here's the swing, but 2 players going down instead. Richie, one of us is 2. How the tables turn, as they say. Needed to nail these headshots. Make them... Oh, then perfection. And there's that first, and here's the second. Presenting the chances, and Richie will take both. Clutching out the route and taking it away from the CT side's hands. Round of 17 it begins, and here as well. Finally, we might get to see the back-to-back rounds. Richie, the first shot, real crisp as well. There you go, just one shot he missed. Great stuff there from him. Now, though. I said we might finally get to see the back-to-back rounds here from Eastern Bruges, but that's not set in stone just yet either. Especially considering the fact that the CT side have decided to go for the force buy here. The MP9s, those are weapons you gotta watch out for. The fire rate is honestly insane. I rate it as one of the best guns in the game. Close range, it will absolutely shred your opposition. We'll see though. Maybe he's gonna have a chance to do something with that weapon, or maybe not. Oh, what else smoke as well. Raced up the MP9. Not the only weapon they have, but a spray goes both ways. And just like this, what about smoke at the T side are now going to be forced and fed into the CTs here. The pistols that are waiting need to try to nail these shots here. That's that first, and now here's the split as well. Drop that bomb though, problems could arise. Notice next that he's got to try to get something out of this, but it's not happening. Nothing working out here. The wrap towards A is done beautifully. The T side to take control, and Mattis as well. He's the man to go down next. There was a chance, but unfortunately taken away. And finally, you see Brugge able to get a take down 2 rounds in a row. And well, we might get to see Zonix Law right or in action as well here, by the way. So keep that in mind. It's win the pistol, 2 gun rounds, and you're back in. That's the way I want to put it, or usually do put it very neatly. At that point, you're essentially at like a 9, 11, 10, 11 position. Of course, that depends on CT's force buying and... or in the second round or first round or whatnot, you know? But, at the moment, CT's are forced in the second. They lose that one. So they gotta go for an eco here. Meaning it's 7, 11. Then you've got the first gun round. 8. Okay, maybe half by... there's 9. And then 10 with the next gun round, right? You see how that goes? It's very easy there to get back into it. If you do have a great start to the second half, but a lot of ifs and buts into the stars aligning, all that sort of things. You never know what the pistols are able to deliver as well. They're alive, by the way, someone who's been playing for quite a while, honestly. I think the first time I saw him in 2017 or 16. But he's been playing for a while, you know. What, 5, 6 years? And, well, he's, I think, 22, 23 at the moment, so... definitely been around the block there. when it comes to the regional, the national teams, you know. Now though, a bit more international. Oh, here's Bruges. Another wrap towards A, excuse me. This one should be no big deal, and just like that, it is not. They had one defender. That was Mangus and the dual Berettas. 2 guns has a meaning worth 2 defenders, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would definitely be the meta. Oh, okay. Deagle with one, trying to punish them. Another SMG collected at this point as well, by the way. The CTs, they could just go for this, like, punish these players, take away any more weapons they can. They've got to try and do that, but towards the B site, though. There you go. More weapons. Anyone else? Okay, there you go. Another victim. It's money they're getting here. The SMG's kill bonus 600. And taking away, what, AKs, Galils, or MAC-10s, whatever the T-side might have there. It's definitely worth it. Considering, well, they're buying now. And the money as well, by the way, you can see they've got a bit more util on a few of the players. That mean that you get to see there. Already, you're reaping the rewards from those. But 7-11 is the score at a round of a 19. We're gonna get to find out if EC Brugge is able to continue this now. Continue the sort of a comeback, because the first few rounds definitely, were okay. But Multi apparently falling to the flames. And now it is towards B, and for EC Brugge, this is something they want to test. They know more likely than not that it was the op, considering this is now the 4th round of the half. They've got plenty of money to go for one of those. So, with that out of the question, Steve-O's is going to be able to go for a few challenges. Do gotta watch out ever so slightly, though. Bit of a fake as well. The steps away, and oh, the CDs, they've bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Matt is left alone to defend, and he's out of it on the site at the moment. CD smoke comes through at this point. Heroics are needed. One-man army, if you will. Let's see what can be done. There's that flashbang. There's a lot of flashbangs, a few missed shots, but unfortunately one the victim. They decided to take control on EC Brugge from 7 to 8. Enterprise, they're not going to try and test this. They've got an AWP to be saved at 2 M4s. That's enough for them. Not only that, but the fact that Lostman is getting up there as well means that, well, 2 of those 2 M4 saved, they can both drop 1 player each. Utility, yeah, it might be lacking a bit on those players, on Blitz and the Alive especially. But it's got to be more than okay to go for another buy here. But then again, it comes to the question, how safe do you want to play this if you are Enterprise? How risky do you want to be? Because this save already might signal that they are going to be getting, you know, it's just ever so slightly sweaty that there's a potential comeback to be made by EC Brugge. Now then, Enterprise, I like this, take a time out. Second half, clearly not the standard they would hope it would start in. And you've got the timeout, so use them. One thing that a lot of teams kind of just forget to use every now and then, you gotta be honest. So when you see them in a position like this where a team is, well, you know, on the back foot, to say. Oh. Now we are getting back into this, though. Game is back on track, Enterprise. Have gone for the buy, dare say. the utility is going to be an issue in a few of the plays. Get to see that as well, Mangus, Milsey. Not really much that they have, but what they do have is a 3-mana B-stack here. That is looking like they want to challenge Banana. At least to a point, right? Something we didn't really get to see more than once there from using Brugge on their first half, and definitely not like this. Where there's 1 kill, 2 Molotovs, and they've completely driven back that T-side. Another flash as well. Just to make sure they don't get any funny ideas, and a very quick rotation to boot as well. So just like this, from a 3B stack back to a 3A stack, and they're looking to do a bit of damage as well. The nade's got to be a bit too far, but there's that entry that we're needing. The alive though, with 1 kill found. Now the A defense is going to have to start a test of time, but so far it's A-okay. They're not going to be nowhere to dry as time goes by. Richie though, in a 1 vs 3, definitely struggling at the very moment. HP as well does not allow for a single miss. And the prize, 2 players both walking in from the same angle as well, playing the tandem game. Oh, they're going to hard clear this angle. Making a bit of noise. There's that first. That is already enough. No chance for Richie. Enterprise, they are going to now take their first round on the second half. It did take them a while, but at least for the time being, they are going to deny whatever AC Brugge might to do otherwise. T-Zan seems like both got weapons, both got to buy. Milsey will try to go for the banana swing, but again punished, this time not with the flames. Instead of the AKs that have made their presence known, Util as well goes down. Now though, walking out into mid. I like this nade though, that's fantastic. A whole lot of damage here, though. Knew that A defense, the standard Enterprise, they did this exact same take multiple times on their seat, or T-sided. Now, they gotta try and defend against it, and so far it's going well, because the Alive is here, and he's not alone. And defense by 2 players, Mangus and the Alive. Fantastic stuff by them there. From the back of that first round and straight into the second. Get themselves another bit of a technical time, but no, this time, not the same player, but Milsey has it timed out apparently, so. Hopefully, we get him back very soon. Hopefully not a longer internet issue, instead of just a real quick Counter-Strike. I think it might. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're doing the scene back at the server. Should be fine, I think. Timeout's still there. Making sure everyone's okay, everyone's stable. No issues, and we are going to be back. Let's give it a second. But round number 22 will begin. T-side is still able to scour up a buy somehow. It's going to be a bit scrappy. They've got 2 AKs out of the mode. I think Notice probably going to go for a third. That leaving Gringo and Maddie on Mac 10s as well, but you know what? The CT side, they don't have an up. Mills has been punished enough on the B side here for the few rounds that we have, so or have had the T side really push that. So, well, there's money. Not unfortunately able to do that at the moment. I think Richie might be lagging slightly, not sure. Either way, no one's really calling for anything. Instead, we are going to continue with a round. And this, though, oh, Enterprise. Very fast, but aTTaX. And seems like Bruges haven't really given that even a second thought here. They've gone for 4-man aTTaX. I mean, Maris has given up banana completely as well. But Bruges, the stack they're making here, unfortunately not going to be the correct one that need as well. It's going to be a slam dunk. Here's Blitzen with his AK here, rips the heads of two. One more at the site as well. Information and a massacre on the A site. As Enterprise, they decided to... Yeah, let's just do this. Bliss, great stuff here. Here as well, he hides, wait for his teammate. And essentially swing together when there's one too many targets there for the T side. 14 to Enterprise. This as well, by the way, it is Enterprise's map pick, for those unaware. For those wondering, maybe. A bit unsure. Currently down, it was 0-1 in maps. Ancient was the first one we had here. 16-14, Easy Bruges did take that. There you go. See, these yet another great round at Mangus. A 4K yet again. This multi-kills that they have managed to get time and time to get this beautiful stuff there from them. And now, well, with a solid 7-round lead, Enterprise, they've got quite a few rounds to play around here. Or play with. Before they have to spend all of their efforts in just one of these rounds. But try to close things out and enter what would be that third map soon enough. We'll find out if they can happen right now, but because Milt's going down, there's only one man on A. Mangus last tried a quad kill. Needs to go absolutely nuts here and just take down 4 if he wants to do this single-handedly, but if not, hide here, wait for your teammates. There's that burst, but Notice decided to say no thank you. Deny for now, but a CT decided they're still not going to be backing away. There's a chance, and Blitz brings it back. 3 on both sides. We're level for the time being, but Gringo takes that and says, again, no thank you, my bomb site. CTs gonna try and brute force their way in. They're alive, flying around with that smoke. That's one. There's the second. They know where they both are. Going for the challenges, going for the kills. It's got to be real tough, man. That the alive comes through. Time is low, and the kit is there. Defuse, though. Can he fight it in time? Yes, he can. That's 16. Enterprise, without further ado, they're going to move on towards that third map here at the best of 3. Easy Bruges might have had a tough road with a 16-14. That is not the same here on Enterprise's map pick. Then we could look fairly easy, actually. And Mirage, that is going to be the third and final map with the best of 3. So we'll see you guys after a slight break, about 5-10 minutes. Get yourself some water. We'll be right back with one more map of Counter-Strike. Oh, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got one more map of Counter-Strike for you guys here in the Pinnacle Winter Series. Day 1, Swiss Round 1. My name is still Nexus, and these teams we've got as well, Enterprise, Easy, Brugge, currently fighting for which side are they going to start on. We've had a very, well, even map number 1. That was a while ago, for those who do not remember. That was ancient. A 16-14 end to that one. It was Easy Brugge who did take that one. Then for Inferno, a not-so-even performance. I believe it was a 16-8 in the end. As Enterprise decided to push us towards this third and final map. And with all of that behind us, now we are going to be left wondering, what can Easy Brugge show us on this map? The one time they've played this in the past 3 months when it comes to official games that do show up is a 16-11 loss against the Brits over at Into the Breach. But that about a month and a half ago. Now though, popping those heads, and Mattis is struggling ever so slightly, but still enough for the 4K. Alright, what a way. Hiding, he had shots, missing a few, and then one more to go. Gringo last man, and look at who's waiting. Mattis try to collect the ace, and there you go. He pops off map 3, and in the way you would love to see it as well. Classic one-man hiding connector, and he just goes back to his position. He just feels comfortable there. Likes that corner, just like this Enterprise, they've got there first. What a round. Just see that again. Starting this T side. That approach towards the A side is what it seems like. As they've got the, well, I don't want to say the bare minimum, going for a bit of an execute style play, and that's what they're doing. And well, there you can see. Looking for the entry though. Blitz need to try to pop off with Mars, and unfortunately able to only deliver on the one multi. He's caught next. Is not expecting mid by any means. The smokes might have fooled him a bit too much there, apparently. CD side is going to be left at a 2 versus 4, apparently, with Gringo taking down yet another. Though, trying to line them up. The CT side play show where both are. Moving in, though, not well enough, unfortunately. It wasn't Richie. One apiece. Round comes to a conclusion, and just like this, Easy Brugge decided to strike back one round of their own. And just like this, now they do continue. Side though, fairly slow here though. Finally, do decide to make a move, and Amadi with his Mac 10 is going to try to be the first to get something done, but apparently CTs do sneak in one of the kills in there. Not going to make it that free here. Some sort of punishment is going to be done here. Blitz, though, he's next with his Desert Eagle, will catch him off. Low enough for the T side now. Seeing if they can, but chase down the last 3. They are feeling a bit of a Bit of a line here, though. Gotta see. They begin to move in. Notice if the AK does go down, there's no help for him just yet. Get something out of that, but 2 kills with the AK, not bad at all. Just not go down in vain, and just like this. Round seeming like it might just be done, and nearly, though. It will bring it back. Unfortunately, Richie is there to try and trade it right at the end. 2-1, easy Brugge. Do they need to, and just like this, 2-1. Move on to the next part of our next round begins. CTs, well, more or less understandably, have been forced down to pistols and nothing else. Not even a flashbang, not even decoy. Although, there begins the question, though. They see one man crossing back from a window. Do they suspect they might have gone for the boost? I'm not sure, but I guess that's something we'll see. That flashbang more or less does confirm, yeah, they have an idea. Well, overall, the T-side is going to take their sweet time. The Max heading out. Might be caught, but not by surprise, apparently. Steve Els will still have that first kill, just like this. A faster response as well now as they try to take towards B. Although far back. Oh, playing from behind. Steve Els not ready. And, well, that's good stuff with Blitz there. 1 kill found. More to go. The B defense now needs to try to stand tall, but I think that might have been enough for the B side as well here. It's easy Brugge, they've managed to get the A side just by Richie walking in, so that's enough for them to just call it off and completely say, you know what? Let's walk back, let's take it back. Let's not risk it. As we've seen and we know that, well, you can't really give these teams anything. The pistols, they could be enough to win these rounds every now and then as well. So don't give them a chance to do so. Instead, it is going to be them to try to save the weapons that they have. It's, well, or I say the weapons, the Max 10 to the pistol they have. Maybe at the end they'll run at the T side of plays, not sure. They've got to buy the next run either way, so I am a bit surprised they're still just playing so passive, but either way, that is going to be a 3-1 scoreline, that we do know. There's now 3-1. See these. Here's the weapons. No warp on them, though. Again, that's got to be the... well, got to be an issue, but it's also something they got to know as well. Or got to somehow figure out, because Mills has been quite a big part of their success, that first map especially. Delivered extremely well on that one, and, well, unfortunately, not really carried over towards that second. Just right at the bottom with 9 kills on the Inferno. Not the easiest map to open about. We're talking about the AKs here on the B side, with the T side walking through a 2-for-1 will come their way. Molotov as well lock down to the CTs and block them out of the B side just like this. Great stuff. Can't notice. Just confidence going for the skills. One more. Mills gets himself on the board, but now there is more to be done. Unfortunately, that means that he has to save. No real way in, no real way out except the death, and... oh, we'll dodge that one. Hope to survive it and making sure can punish as many as he can, but there's nothing else he can really do. Steve is not really looking to go aggressive on this channel or this fight either, so round's done. It is going to be 4-1. We've got a few plays to survive on the T, so that means again from the past few. We kind of do get to see this sort of a thing here where, well, the money on the T side is going to be fairly high. Just considering they've only won 4 rounds, they're looking fairly good on economy. Means they've got, what, 2-3 rounds maybe of buys in them even if they lose. And that's still not taken into consideration if any of them save when they lose or if they lose, you know. This round, though, one of the things you got to consider is the fact that there's not really going to be too much that can be done here by Enterprise. The 1 M4 they have already tagged down to half. Yes, they've got players that are, well, or do have armor at least, but that's about it. And when they all begin to walk in towards the B-side, there appears to be a Wild Richie and Notice on the other side, and just like this, the only player they lose yet again on the Easy Brugge side is just one. So we move in, 5-1 start at Easy Brugge. A bit surprising from that last map, because they were not showing up at all. Especially when it came to that second half, they were just left in the dust. Well, not able to reset during the break, and still fighting back at it now, though. Look at this, Steve-O, it's good stuff, but not expecting Miltsy there as well. He's still there. Now, though, Blitz needs to defend that A-site. Smoke tossed out, flashbang to get the hell out of there, and look at him where he's moving out. There's that one, but there's that trade. Richie doubled us out, apparently, as well. Mangas and they're alive. 2 versus 3. That smoke will give them a bit of cover for the time being as it begins to fade. The wild spray continues. Not enough for any kills just yet, but... oh, neither is that nade, nearly. 2 players, essentially 1 HP. They're alive. They should know it's towards connector or jungle at this spot as well here. Just slightly unsure which one of that Molotov is going to force him into a fight, and Gringo waits. Great stuff. Easy Brugge, not going to rush things there. They take it one area at a time, 1 kill at a time as ETs they present their bodies. And Easy Brugge, 6-1 to start. This is great for them here. All to go though. Steve-O's yet again. This is something we've seen here. Ancient now here as well. He's a solos mid with the AWP apparently. And that being on the T side is quite something, gotta say. It's a lot of confidence with the rest of his team just walking out B. I mean, it's against pistols. But you gotta be a bit lucky, you gotta be a bit careful as well not to die to too many of these. Thankfully, so far the casualties only amount to just 1, with the B side now taken over. And as the, well, in-game sound tells us, bomb has been planted, Blitz decapitated. Miltsy out of luck as well. We are going to be looking at a 7-1 scoreline. Maybe 1 or 2 kills, yes, but... well, essentially just consolation prizes, but okay, 2 kills now. Make it a 3, okay, costly. I don't even 4, oh my god, that is quite something. Matt has had a kit, but he's a bit too far. Okay, clean sweep there, not bad. Alright, there. Slightly costly to use out of the economy. They've, well, tried to build up. It's unfortunately, it's going to be taken back ever so slightly from the loss of all 5 there. No, in mid, watch out. Oh, Steve-O's again. Same as last round. He's running out mid solo. And when I say solo, this time there was at least one man who did somewhat help him. Here's a flash, and Steve-O's going down. Not for long, the trade is there. T-side able to hang on to that lead they have. Nade on the shot as well, perfectly timed. Easy Brugge just basically spinning, wondering what the hell do they gotta do here. Same goes for Enterprise. Essentially with a minute left on the round. At this point, it comes to a lot of control and not being seen until the time's right at T side. Full on contact out towards A. Until well, of course I say that. There's that util, one Molotov. Here's that nade, another Molotov as well. No smokes though, none they can't afford. Instead they go for the duels, and that's Wonderman jumping across the stairs and flying on the Blitz's face. The AK bullet, here's the next man as well. Magnus caught, and now they're live. Mentioned last map, he's been playing this game professionally for about, what, 4 or 5 years, and unfortunately that's not enough. And one of us forward is a bit too much, and instead we're staring at an 8-1 scoreline. That's quite the something. That is quite the something. Under the price, unfortunately. Nothing but pistols on them, so we'll get to see... Well, I say nothing but a call for Mattis. He's got one, but now they've got nothing but pistols. Does not start of the way they wanted to. They were trying to make a play there, but out on the blitz and suffers the same exact fate as Rich. He does welcome to. Even a third as well, Milsu. He has another 3 victims. Mangas and they're alive, and well, many times we've mentioned these two players in a clutch scenario, but this time it's just near impossible, unfortunately. No one's even on the A side. The best they can do, 1 or 2 kills through the smoke at the very moment, but... Well, let's see if they can do even that. Close by, this gap, and just like that, the abusing comes through. 1 kill, but a trade as well. Here's the last. I said 1 or 2 kills more likely than not, but... Well, needing that second to do something, Mangus. Here's a few of the steps that CUS is making. Waits for his chance, and when should he swing? Will determine his fate, thinking, okay, let's go into the CTs, tracing him. Here's the steps, they're really not trying to hide where they're going. Oh, there you go. Another kill found. AK collected, and that means it's time to get the hell out of there. Mangus jumps out, he just runs as far as he can. But either way, very little consolation there, by the way. It's 9-1. Easy Brugge. Even after that second amount of the beating they took at the second half, this is now just a whole different class. Because Enterprise, this is not what I was expecting from them. This is their second most played map, excuse me. Overpass is the number 1 when it comes to playtime, but... Well, that was the insta-ban here. There was no chance, so they decided to go for this instead as the decider, you know? They had the chance to ban either, it was between Mirage and Vertigo, right? Enterprise thought Mirage might have been a bit better, but at the moment, maybe not. See though, Enterprise is going to try and change things up ever so slightly. One of the things they are doing here though is just leaving that mid control be with how often Steve versus Rhino mid. Get that sort of an entry into the round, and from there work their magic. Good spot as well. On the short though, even better. T side. Walking through and into the B site if they go. Gonna stop them there alive. And now stay alive. Smoke is there. Moving around. It's making sure that T side don't get too far. But watch out from the murder hole. They scored that for a reason because there's Maddie. Looking for the next as well. Richie on the B side dealing damage. Now they have a corner formation. The alive still there as well. And all they gotta do is make sure he doesn't move too fast. The AWP though. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for this. No, jump into the window, though. Dodging the trouble that was presented. A smoking connector bomb goes down. Easy Brugge, though, looking for the 10th. That AWP should stay alive, but at this point, this is actually a bit of a surprise here, by the way. I'm surprised not taking a timeout yet, I gotta say. As that's been one thing they've been doing, well, fairly consistently when they've been losing these sorts of rounds. They've been taking those timeouts, they've remembered how to use them, but at the moment, not there, and 10-1 down. They look like they're kind of screwed. Nothing's working. Mattis, he's the only one who's got above 10 kills. Well, the rest of his team not stepping up to the point they need. And just look at this. They're running. They're literally running in this round. Yeah, though, it only ends with that one. There's a bit of fake towards the fast catwalk player instead of the real attack, the real forces of Easy Brugge attacking A. Walking through, but Molly is there. Bullets even further back as well to the east side. Gotta do something more with this, but here they go. It's close by. It's in the smoke. Multi's up as well. It finds that first, but oh no, Mattis gets a free kill on Richie. In a 1 vs 5 with 2 HP. This is finally looking like Enterprise get one more round, but it's more about Easy Brugge and just giving them a round. Literally running up catwalk, and that's... I mean, okay, yeah, sure, it might work, considering how good you've been playing so far. You get that one, but with that denied, your other option was A was to smack down. So despite the position they're in right now, I don't want to see them get too comfortable. Because they could get a 5-10 half here if Easy Brugge will let them. So that last round, it was a, not too great. But at the moment, Easy Brugge, I gotta try and do something about this one. Not gonna keep it playing the same way they did in the last one. Seem like they are gonna try and have a bit more thought behind this one. What might be a fake towards A, I presume is gotta be the case here. The standard right side of smokes. Maybe gotta send out Maddie and then Richie from Pals at the same time and hope they manage to do something here to sell that fake. If not, there's that basic util. CTs though, yeah, you can see this? Oh, look at this. They've completely just swallowed the bait, but not for long. They realize, okay, something's up here. Instead of take all the util that the T side can offer towards the B, the few flashbangs that are there. Well, Steve-O's, he's been sent out towards mid. This is just the all over the place all around. It seemed like a basic A fake into a B execute, but no, not that. Instead, they just go for the few flashbangs very late. One man mid. But so far, it's working out. One man is still here. Be alive, though. Only good for the one. For the first one, excuse me. Evos. All alone in mid, but doesn't really matter too much at the moment. As one more. Mattis. He started this map off with a pistol 8. Nowhere to be seen the success from that. 11-2. This is quite the something. Out towards mid, and just like that, it's Steve-O's. Yet again, he's been just sent out mid. Yet another entry as well, and just like this, here's the rest of the A attack coming through. That entry is going to be slowed down. It's both B plays taken down, but his commitment towards A still continues. The whole lot of manpower here is enough as Richie takes one more blitz. Stuck on default, he knows they know. Suddenly blink and you miss it. It's a 1 versus 4. The attacker may at least with the bomb has been called off, but it doesn't matter though. Richie still nails a headshot. 12. You see Brugge, they're just running around and hitting headshots here. Steve-O's, you're gonna just take a gamble on where he is at every single time. Or every single round. He's going all over the place. Getting kills when he needs to. And the rest of his team, Richie especially, doing extremely well well on top of that, so Enterprise, they're not matching up to it. They're not really giving us a shoulder hoping for the third map. Instead of they're falling flat. Well, that's not what they needed to kickstart their journey here. This is the first map. No one's getting eliminated. No one's getting sent home from this one map. Or one match, excuse me. But it is going to knock a bit of confidence away from Enterprise at the moment if this continues to go as it is. These Brugge, you can see them just running around, having a lot of fun. They're alive yet again. Left in a clutch scenario. The A-side's been abused so many times. He's been forced to this position more times than I can count at this point. Now to try and figure things out. Another kill has been found, yes, and spotted the place. Oh, actually a chance to do something here. Look at this. Smoke tap. Flashbang. Hoping that's enough, but the D-side, they've only got one player here, and that's enough as well. Matty goes a bit too far. The Alive had to try to swing wider, but that gives Notice the chance. And 13. Is it Brugge? That is honestly, they're literally running around. It's working. That's the most concerning part about this one. Milty, he's, well, spinning around, spinning in place. Something needs to be done at 13-2.5. That's kind of not acceptable in a way like this. Something should have been done there on the CT side. It's called timeout. Make sure, you know, you get at least a few more rounds to play around with. That was never there. Enterprise, this is the result they've been handed of the first half. Starting things with the second, though. Mattis will get one, apparently. Playing down a window, the split towards what seems to be A is happening at the moment. Well, this is actually an interesting strategy. They've still got the bomb towards B, 2 plays towards jungle as well, so this is counting on the rotations getting caught here from the CTs. But they've slowed down quite a bit, so Easy Brugge is going to try and second guess themselves ever so slightly. One man down at A, but here's that murder hole push as well. Matty is kind of dirty. 2 more kills, 1 more on the B side. It's easy enough. Gringo collects the pistol. 14. Easy Brugge. This is looking like a easy enough third map here. A bit of a speedrun of Mirage, if you will. side on this point as well. Nothing really makes sense for them, so the force bite. That's the one thing that does make sense. Having to do something here, having to figure out a way back into it. Not really many. They basically have to play a perfect game of Counter-Strike at the very moment. And we've not seen that. Really is not much that can be done here, but let's see. Maybe they can still shock us, give us a show, at least for a few rounds at the moment. But Green goes through the defense, collecting the 2. East side is got to get another chance to get a few kills, but that as well is going to be cut short with the rotations coming through. 2 more kills, and here's the last man to go down. It's very simple, easy. Brugge take the round, and 15-2. This third map, unfortunately, is not what we were expecting it to be. The odds as well, it's not looking good. This is very quickly just falling flat here. Enterprise still no tie back here. That's the one thing I was thinking they should have called at some point. But it's not there. What can we do? Not much really, except watch. And around about 18, Steve-O's begins, and 1-2 will look for even more as well if he's given it a chance, and nearly did. Gotta try to make this a very quick one. They've got a dinner reservation, they want to get to that. No reason to stretch this one out, and the 2 players remain. Lucy as well, down to 13 HP, he's down next. That is 1 more to go. 16-2. That would be quite the record to have here. As from the beginning, I mentioned Easy Brugge, a bit of a question mark on how much have they really been playing or practicing on what and which map have they been the most active on. Mirage. Seems like this is one that they have been very good on as of recent, but they haven't had those sort of results in anywhere besides ESEA at the moment, and, well, now they show it here as well. 16-2, they managed to completely slap Enterprise and take their first best-of-3 win here in the Pinnacle Winter Series number 3. It is quite the show we get from them, and I honestly don't even believe we still got to see that. 16-2. It just doesn't make sense how something like that happens, but hey, what can we do? Nothing much, really, so we'll instead get to talk about it at a later date, because for the moment, for today, we're going to be done. We've got no more matches here. So instead, we're going to be closing things out. I'll be closing things out in production as well. Instead, we'll be coming back tomorrow with more Counter-Strike. At the moment, though, we've still got 1 more match going on the B stream as well. If you're interested, you can go ahead and check out Zombie vs. Koba. Still on the 3rd map, around 12-5 at the moment. Probably a bit more as well. Not sure if you want to go ahead and check that out. That's the 1 more match Counter-Strike we've got going on currently. If not, then that's all for today. And we'll be back tomorrow at well, I believe 9 AM. So, for today, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.